Okay.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So again, my name is William Kwong. I am the account director for education at Boeing Global Services. Some of you may know about Boeing Global Services, and but I want to maybe give you guys a little bit overview of the organization and how is it work with in the Boeing enterprise. So Boeing Global Services is part of the organization under the Boeing enterprise. There's several of those enterprises. Obviously, you would know from commercial aviation, which sell and manufacture airplane. There's a government and defense, and there's a finance, and there's a Boeing Global Services. Boeing Global Services is covering majority of those after sales services. You can see there's a lot of Boeing program or services that is attached to airlines or attached to business aviation or general aviation or even military aviation. So that's where we are in this organization. My role is covering all the education market in Americas, covering all North America and South America, and including flight training and maintenance training. In this organization, Boeing Global Services, we have a lot of used to be um, a subsidiary, but it's being merged gradually to the Boeing enterprise together. So you may know in the past there is a Jefferson, and there's Avion, and there's a other subsidiary that in a different area for service industry. If some of you are pilots, you may using a full flight program, which is also part of the Boeing organization now. So that's a highlight of our enterprise. And my role in here is to connecting the industry, connecting the education and training organization from a flight training and maintenance training standpoint, what we can do to support your training. Many of those you know, Jefferson has been providing training material for maintenance for years. We've been continuing revising our materials. We also working with from a EASA standpoint, we try to relaunch our maintenance material as well as the FAA materials. From a Boeing distribution AVR standpoint, I talked about it a little bit earlier today. We do supplying chemical materials as well as aviation parts and to supporting flight training aircraft, as well as maintenance facility that needs material for teaching students to using the all those parts and chemicals. So that's about what I have from a Boeing overview of the Boeing Global Services. Is there questions out there that I can address, or is there something that I can answer? Okay, I see somebody putting a chat and then it's gone and I can't see it now. Crystal, did you see it? I kind of saw somebody put it a question pretty quick.
Yep, I can do it. You can look at that chat drop down, but I can read it out. Are you ready?
Sure, go ahead and let me see if I can. Oh, yep, actually I find it now. Just give me a second. Let me read through it. Does Jefferson still does Jefferson still offer graphic and other media that they have create for use in the organization course? I recall that once upon a time you could buy the CD with all the image library on it for use in training material, and that is from somebody named Sam Lee. So Sam, So if I remember correctly, if I understand your question correctly, you are referring to the maintenance, or you're talking about the flight part of it?
Yeah, referring to the maintenance. A few years ago, you could go and buy about
Mhm.
3 or 4 CDs that went along with general airframe and power plant courses.
Yep.
I just wondered if
So
you still operate.
yeah. So we don't make those anymore. We don't make the CD anymore. We only publish the books and as well as the ebook format. So you can still buy those. However, we do not create those CD anymore. If you need one, I may able to find some of the older copies of it, and you can feel free to use it if you want to.
Oh, great. Thank you, William. Yeah, do you do anything else like that? So any other media assets that people can put in their courses to run in class?
Not right now. We are in the process of revising a lot of those training materials. We have initiative on launching maintenance training materials. So at the meantime, we do not have anything like that right now to to create it or publish it.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks a lot, William.
Yep. If you have my email address, feel free to send it to me, and I see what I can find. And if I find one, and I'll be happy to send it over to you.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yep. Any other questions?
Yeah, it looks like you had another one. What happened to the training materials that were sold by Alteon?
Some bugs flying around. Alteon is part of the subsidiary of Boeing, and the same. Doing the restructure, we merge everything together, so they are part of the right now. Part of the training and professional services. And I'm not sure which. Can you be more specific? Which material are you referring to?
Kumar, you can also unmute
Yeah,
if it's
okay.
easier.
I was
Yeah.
referring to maintenance videos and other training materials that were available from Alteon. And it has been several years since they just merged with the rest of the operation in Boeing. So I was trying to find out if there is any way to get some of those materials. I used to buy from Alteon, but now there's no way to figure out where to go.
Yeah. So most of the media like CD or hardware or tape or whatever that is are no longer exist. So everything is either moving to a CBT or just a books or ebook format. We no longer create all those digital medias.
But where to buy it from?
I don't believe we sell it anymore. However, if you have an image of the material that you have, feel free to send it over, and I can look into it and help you to locate if there's still available.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Just remind me what you mentioned earlier that you do offer. Okay. So Sam, I see another question from you. What we can offer right now is for multiple area. From a Jefferson standpoint, we do have the textbook materials for general and power plane and airframe textbook. And you can also get the ebook format right now. From a material support standpoint, we can help you to supply you with some of the training material or aircraft parts and chemical that you can use in a classroom area. So those are the two areas that you can we can have further discussion on how we can support your training.
That's great. Thanks, William. Can I just expand a little bit on my question? I just
Yes.
wondered, because Boeing is always forward thinking and making predictions about the number of AMTs that are going to be required in the future, etc. I just wondered if you've had internal discussions within Boeing about the way that this whole COVID pandemic is going to influence how training is delivered. You know, we've obviously seen quite a lot of people talking about e-learning and blended learning and classroom. You know, what are your predictions going forward?
So internally, Boeing has a lot of conversation, actually not even before the COVID, because the high demand that we predict in the near future from a pilot and maintenance technician standpoint. So we've been very actively trying to working with multiple organizations to find a way to better deliver the product, including the training materials that we have. In addition, we're working with you know, FAA and EASA try to develop the right materials that it will be used on our new learning platform. The learning platform is basically called Boeing Learning Solution. And the training platform itself will able to handle all those digital training materials, online courses or e-textbook and things like that. Right now, it's still in a development stage because we have to work with multiple region, so to speak, FAA and EASA region, so they have a different way of doing training. So we want to make sure that our product is globally acceptable to for the training. So it's not available yet, but it should be available gradually. More likely will be in the flight training side of it first, sometime next year.
Fantastic. And will that be to replace what colleges and universities already deliver? Will they use that instead? Is that your plan, or will they use it to enhance what they currently deliver?
So, so it will be two ways to see it. So there's a you know, for example, let me focus on flight training a little bit because they are more ahead of the schedule than the maintenance side of it. So you have a flight school that is just a you know, regular flight school. It's not associated with university, so they are much easier to work with from that standpoint because they were able to adopt our platform and able to use the program very quickly. On the other hand, from a university standpoint, it will be a little bit more challenging because our software is focusing on flight operation and flight training, and a lot of university, they also have the academic record keeping platform like Blackboard and things like that that we have to work with to integrate it together. So they were not just able to use turnkey solution, so to speak, to use our program. They can be part of it for the flight training or for the maintenance training in the future. However, there will be more need on the integration side to adopt into their university-wide record keeping system.
Excellent, thank you.
Yep. Other questions? Did I miss anybody?
No, I think you're good.
Okay.
Well, William's email address is on that landing page, and it will be there for quite a while after we get the recorded versions up. So if there's any other questions,
yep.
So
yep. If you are if you are an instructor or a professor that teaching a maintenance program and would like to have a ebook version of our textbook, feel free to send me an email. I'll be happy to send you a complimentary ebook so you guys can kind of review it if you're not using it. If you are using it and maybe using an older version, just same thing, just go ahead and contact me. I'll be happy to give you the latest version of that as well.
Thanks, William. Appreciate that.
Of course. Yep.
Yeah, I know, and you guys are really responsive, right when school started closing, and we were trying to get e versions of books, and
yep.
Actually, we had several exhibitors on this call who stepped up and were offering things for free just to get people back up and running. So you were certainly one of them. Appreciate that.
Yep. Yep. We understand the challenging time. You know, so I think the whole industry is facing the challenging time, and Boeing, same thing. We do have a tough time right now. However, we do know we need to support the industry to build things up again, so we can have we can go back to where we were. So whatever we can try to help, and we will try to help it in the industry.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that. All right, thanks for wrapping us up, William. You were it. Anybody that's still on the line, exhibitors that have more materials you want us to post on the landing page, we'll push that out again on Monday, and hopefully we'll have videos up by then, if not soon after. So thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Thank you very much,
you.
Crystal.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.